made a few mistakes, but I'm improving. I'm human, but I've been making daily resolutions. I got to. You might do it different, but I'm not you.
Hey, Mark.
I'm self-made. I'm
Hey, Mark.
doing things that
Mark.
I was never taught.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Hey Mark, the podcast where I, Mark, get to have open and authentic conversations about the struggles that we go through, the adversities that we face, the challenges that we overcome, and how they help, shape us into the people that we are today. My goal with this whole thing is to kind of open up conversations about things that might be stigmatized, things that we might be uncomfortable talking about. I'm hoping to make a community that we can all, share our problems and work on them together and continue to advance in life, find happiness, find success, and all have that together. So call me a big dreamer, but that's my goal with this whole thing. So first things first, let's jump into this first little clip. Someone sent me in. It's not a question this week. It's just a little reminder. Let's go. Roll it.
Hey Mark, I just want to remind everybody that, they should always carry some water on them, because when you're dehydrated, you're not in the greatest of moods.
All right, you heard it here first. Hydrate the fuck up. Let's go, baby. When you're dehydrated, you're not in the best mood. That's the truth. So, let's jump into what it is exactly that I wanted to chat about today, which is, how do you know, if you're following your dreams, if you're following your passions, if you're on the right path, if you should stay the course, if you're, on the right path, if you're doing the right thing. How do you know? And this is something that I've, struggled with for pretty much my entire life. I feel like I've been lost, just kind of wandering around. I don't know if other people experience this as well, but I've always kind of thought to myself, am I doing the right shit right now? Am I kind of heading in the right direction? And I guess there's a couple ways to answer this question. Everyone's got that dream job that they've always wanted, that dream house that they've always wanted, maybe a dream partner that they've always wanted. Everyone has that kind of outline, or so it seems. And so for myself, because growing up, I've had a lot of clear visions, but I guess that's the problem, is I've had a lot of clear visions of what I'm looking for, whether that's a passion, a goal, something I want to achieve, maybe it's some status that I need to have in my life. Whatever it is has always changed. There's definitely been some that are very strong, in the sense that, I want to, be trustworthy, or I want to, feel a certain way, if I want to look a certain way, whatever it is. But for me, it always kind of seemed cloudy. And whether that's because I was dealing with depression at the time, or because I was dealing with anxiety, I never, growing up, felt like I knew where I wanted to be, what I wanted to do. And I felt broken because of it. A lot of people, kind of had a clear, precise vision of where they wanted to go, or so it seemed. And then once I kind of, started to grow up a little bit, I'm not trying to claim that I'm super old, but, I've lived enough years on this planet to see that, even the people that, it's very rare that someone has a very clear goal, a clear vision of where they want to be, a clear passion that they want to pursue, and then they pursue the shit out of it, and then they're super successful. That's a kind of a rarity, which is sad to think, because I think that that's how most people should be. But I wasn't like that either. So I grew up kind of in this weird gray area where I didn't really know if I was on the right path a lot of the time. And sometimes I still get that. Is this stuff that I should be doing? Is this, the stuff that I should be focusing my attention on? Is this, where I should be putting my money, my investments, whether that be money or time or energy, your blood, sweat, or tears. And I think, my best way to think about this concept is, you should be pursuing the things that give you the qualities that lead to happiness and success. And I think as long as you continue to do that for yourself, you're going to be both happy and successful at those things. And so I'm not trying to say that just do whatever feels good, because there's a lot of things that feel good that aren't good, whether that's, boozing hard, partying hard, whatever it is. everything in balance, everything in moderation, but you don't want to just submit your life to that kind of, toxic behavior. As nerdy and as, narky and responsible as that sounds, it is true. What I'm trying to say is gravitate towards the things that, maybe make you nervous, maybe give you that butterfly effect, I guess it's called the butterflies in your stomach. When you get a little bit nervous, when you get a little bit anxious and you're not 100% sure if you can do it, but you don't care about the risk of, looking stupid or failing at it because you're so eager to learn this one thing. If you find yourself that, you were excited when you wake up in the morning to do it, and that's not going to be every day. You're not going to wake up excited to chase your dreams or your passions every single day. That's normal, but it's bearable. You can wake up and you're like, well, I don't feel like I want to do this thing today, but I know I love this thing and I know that it's the right thing for me to do. So whether that's going to work and chasing your dreams with your career, or being passionate with a person, with your loved ones, with your family members or your partner, passion isn't always pleasurable, but it is always something that is necessity or needed in your life, because you are going to have bad days. But as long as you continue to pursue your passions, you'll always have them kind of as a foundation, right? And so, one of my passions is obviously doing this podcast. And it's not something I make money at. It's not something that, even has a huge following. It's something that I'm genuinely enjoying to do. And that's why I dedicate time to recording this, editing this, and distributing this onto all these platforms. It's because I enjoy to do it. It's something I'm passionate about. And so do I wake up every single day feeling like I want to record? No. But when I want to record, I record. So I chase that passion whenever it comes. When I feel like recording, I sit down and I bang out an episode. And then sometimes when I feel like editing, I'll sit down and edit that episode. And I'll edit the little clips that I post on, Instagram or Facebook. And when I feel like, putting it out into the world and having you listen to this, then I put it out into the world. And, I still get up every day to go to work, do my, construction gig, 9 to 5. And I still do other things as well on the side. So you don't have to just stay confined to one passion. You can dedicate your whole life to it. But in my eyes, you should just always have, different passions and different things, and just do the things that make you happy. You still have your routine. Like I still wake up every single day and I have to go to work, but I have my passions that I can chase outside of work every day. So no matter what happens to me at work, I can still have a good day. I can still come and record a podcast. I can still edit a podcast. I can still distribute a podcast, or I can do other things that I'm passionate about, like, working out, reading a book, hanging out with friends, whatever I'm passionate about at the time. So I guess the best way to explain, when you're on the right path, or if you found your passion or something that you're passionate about, is if it makes you nervous, but if you also don't care about the fact that you're nervous because you just want to learn. And then if it gives you the ability to learn, if it has potential for you to develop at, that's going to be something that you could pursue or you should pursue. If you're always going to have something to learn, because if you're anything like me and you're very passionate about something that is very easy to plateau at, you're going to get very bored of it. It's going to become mundane, and you're going to be starting to look for other passions. So there kind of has to be the opportunity to consistently develop, get better at, and maybe even teach someone else about. So if you're wondering if you've found your passion or if you should stay your current course, I hope that this helped bring some, maybe different perspective to that. You can kind of reflect on it and think about, if you found that passion and if you should stay the course that you're on. On that note, I'm gonna sign off here because I am starving and I wanna go make and then eat dinner. So thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or anything that you want to talk about, you want to be on this podcast, you can send in a clip to Hey Mark, the podcast. The link to my Facebook and my Instagram are in the description. My Instagram is at M.dhenriksen. I'll put the spelling right down here if you're watching the video. If you listen to the podcast, it's in the description of this episode. Say whatever question, comment, concern you have, and you'll have the chance to be featured in this podcast. I'll give you an answer or an opinion on whatever you say. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Have a good week, a good month, and a good year. Go out and be the best you. Much love and peace out.